How you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Brandon, I'm wondering if the structure of training camp this year, where it's the long, slow process up to pads and then only 14 days of pads, h- how is that going to be different uh, in terms of the offensive line's goal, especially? I know you guys want to reduce the number of penalties you had last year. Is the gradual way to do it going to be better in some ways, or is it going to be more difficult in some ways?
I think the gradual way is going to be better just because it's allowing us to get our bodies conditioned in the shape that we want to be at to play. I mean, I don't know if a lot of guys had the opportunities to work out in a gym, access to a field just with all that's going on. But I think the gradual way is going to be good. And then, I mean, 14 days doesn't seem that much, but the stuff that we're doing now, it's kind of preparing us. So I think in that 14 days, we'll be wide open and in the full swing of things.
And I understand that it's a priority of any offensive line to avoid penalties. But is there going to be a special emphasis this year, given the fact that you guys did have more than your share last year?
Yeah, I mean, we always want to, limit the penalties we have. We want to have none. I mean, I definitely think the rule changes from last year, the refs were definitely feeling free to call them last year, but obviously we always want to limit the penalties, and that will be an emphasis, just playing with better technique and now understanding the rules of what they're looking for, how to be able to play with that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's jump over to Mike Duraco.
Hey, Brandon, obviously, if you're paying attention or reading any of the national stuff or whatever, that people don't seem to be very good, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of respect for Gardner Minshew in particular. Why do you think people continually doubt him after everything that he's proved, JUCO, ECU, Washington State, and then last year?
I don't know. I try not to read a lot of that stuff. I kind of stay off the social media and all that. But I don't know why they still doubt him, but that's okay because that means he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder and he's gonna come again to prove something, and that's all right. But I don't know why they doubt him. I don't know why. He's a heck of a kid. He's a heck of a talent. He's got us out of a lot of situations in the past, being able to scramble, and I mean he's come in to camp with in hella shape. So I think he's gonna do a great job.
Was there a particular moment, or when for you did you sort of go all in on him last year? Was it after the Denver game, or was it just when he came back in the lineup after Nick got out? When was the moment for you when you were like, okay, I'm all in. I'm a big believer in this kid.
Well, I mean, what happened to Nick was unfortunate, freak injury. And then this rookie, steps in and I don't know his stats. I believe that game it was pretty remarkable, his attempts and completions. But as the weeks went on, he wasn't a rookie anymore. He came to play every game. He had a look in his eye, and everyone kind of admired that and kind of got behind that.
Thank you.
All right, let's go over to Dustin Fletcher and then Jamal St. Cyr.
Hey, Brandon. Hope everything's been well this offseason. What has it been like? I know the offensive line is a huge position group and more of a team effort than an individual one. What has it been like to train away from your teammates all summer rather than OTAs?
I mean, yeah, it's we've had about 7 months of off season, and I mean, I think for a veteran, it's been nice. That's kind of it's a veteran's dream off season, but not having the OTAs, it has been a little different because you have that time to develop that cohesion and work with the fellow guys and Minshew and everyone. But I think it's been a nice time for everyone to recharge and kind of take some time away, and everyone loves being back, and everyone's pretty excited.
All right. Thanks, Brandon.
Yeah.
All right, Jamal, you want to go ahead?
Yep. Hey, Brandon. So the offensive line has largely stayed intact from last season. Same group of guys expected to play big roles this year. How important is that that you guys now have a season under your belt playing together, and how excited are you to be able to get those same guys back out on the field?
Yeah, it's going to be huge. I mean, I thought we did some good things last year, and again, just having another year together. And Cam's another year healthy. You know, he was coming off that ACL. You know, Norwell's looking great. Everyone's really looking great. AJ, Jawan Taylor did really great things as a rookie. So it's going to be exciting this year. I mean, you'll just have to wait and see, but it's going to be good things.
And how important is it that you guys have those games under your belt? I mean, with no preseason, you guys have already started building that trust. I mean, it's one season of work already together.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting not playing any preseason games. So, you know, normally you get to go joint practice and have that, you know, compete against different players because, you know, we'll be going against the same players, our teammates in camp. So it will be interesting that first week. You know, we're going to have to find a way to replicate that in camp, that competition and just competing and then just be ready for that first week.
Appreciate it, Brandon.
All right, let's go over to Demetrius and then John Shipley.
Hey, Brandon, I hope you're doing well. Heading into year 7, what have you seen out of yourself as far as your growth as not only a leader, as the quarterback of the offensive line, basically, but just as an overall player? Where have you seen yourself grow, and where do you see yourself still continuing to have to grow?
I think the biggest thing for me and what's helped me elevate my game is like the stuff I do off the field. The maintaining this, you know, my body work, all the maintenance I do with that. The past 2 off seasons, I've done a lot of Pilates. That's something that I've incorporated into my routine. That's helped me a lot. Nutrition's a big thing. But I mean, I think and then last year was the first year I was able to stay healthy and play every game. So that was big for me. So I think just the different body work and staying fresh mentally, you know, it's gotten a little easier as the years gone on mentally, which allows me, you know, to have success. But I think overall, just having body control when I'm out there, and staying healthy, and that, you know, all the body work and the therapists that I do see, I think that's helped a lot.
You sort of talked about Jawan Taylor, how far he's growing, and how much he has as far as potential. But where do you see him right now, as far as his game?
I mean, I think it's all going up. I mean, he's an incredible athlete, an incredible talent, and now he's getting the knowledge under his belt. You know, getting experience in the NFL. I mean, I think he played every game. I don't remember last year. I mean, that's incredible for a rookie to come in and do that. So now, I mean, the ceiling is everything's going up for him. So I'm excited to see him. I mean, he came in incredible shape as well. So he's gonna be a force this year.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Let's go to John Shipley and then Jordan.
There we go. Okay. Hey, Brandon. Just, you know, Coach Marone has said a few times how he thought last year was one of your best seasons. And then, you know, you just referenced how you were able to stay healthy for the entire year last year. Just how important was last year for you? And do you think you can maybe use it as like a building block moving forward?
Yeah. No, last year was huge. I mean, and that was my big goal for the year, was to stay healthy and to play every game. And I had a little, you know, dings here and there, but I was able to stay on top of them. I was able to maintain them. You know, the training staff and the coaching staff really, you know, helped me with my scheduling and allowed me to do that. But yeah, I mean, I want to build off of last year. I mean, that's the whole goal again this year: staying healthy, playing every game, and playing at a high level. And that's what I intend to do.
All right. Thanks, Brandon.
Jordan, you want to go ahead?
Yeah. Hey, Brandon. Last year, the Jags offense struggled to punch the ball into the end zone inside the 20 quite a bit, particularly from a rushing standpoint. And I was just wondering how you and your O-line mates can improve in that area in 2020.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously when we get down there, that's a huge emphasis, is putting the ball in the end zone, right? You only have so many opportunities, and 7's better than 3. So I think this year is going to be a big emphasis. And when we get in that red zone, when we get into the goal line, is executing, you know, our plays, executing the technique. I think communication's a huge thing. And then, you know, play calling, you know, what kind of plays and schemes down there that work and that fit us well and that we can run well and we can execute.
Awesome. Thanks, Brandon.
All right, let's jump over to Brent Martineau and then JP Shadrick.
Hey there, Brandon. You mentioned earlier about the penalties and adjusting to some of the new rules. Can you remind us a little bit about what things you guys had to adjust to a year ago? And was there a new rule that might have been trickier for the offensive line to adjust or acclimate to?
Yeah, I know there is a big emphasis on hands last year. Hands in tight. A lot of times it was you could have your hands kind of outside and bring your feet up and bring your hips up, but they were calling it a lot more. They were looking for it. I mean, that's what they were telling us before the game. So they just made an emphasis on it last year. So now we have to really hone in our technique, so they don't call it anymore.
Thanks.
You on the golf course?
Batting practice. Baseball.
Batting practice. I see you.
All right, this is also just a reminder that if you do not have a question anymore, please put your hand down. And now we'll go over to JP Shedrick.
Brandon, what's up? Thanks for the time today. I had a question about the level of concern with all the contact on the interior. Have they asked you about the shield option on the helmet? Do you worry about any of that kind of stuff? Have you tried it? Have the guys around you looked at that kind of thing? And what are your thoughts overall?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've been socially distancing ourselves. I've been taking this seriously. I've been talking to the equipment guys about that shield, I guess that goes above right here. But I mean, as hot as it's been, I don't know. That's going to be tough. But I mean, because I mean, in the trenches, I mean, you're just right here with another guy. I mean, obviously you're exhaling, there's spit. I mean, it's kind of crazy, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to take a look at it. But I don't know. It might be too hot in there to wear it. I mean, you're taking a risk, and you hope that all the protocols in place are gonna eliminate or at least try and eliminate some of the, having this COVID slip through this building. I mean, they've been doing a good job so far, but I'm gonna take a look at it and we'll see. But I don't know, because I've never worn a visor or anything like that, and I've heard things about the visor being hot in there, and so we'll see.
You really just have to go try it, right? That's the only way to really figure
I'm
it
gonna
out.
try it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna put it on for one practice and just see how it feels, see how it looks, and then go from there.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Awesome. One more question. We'll go to John Reed and then we'll finish up.
How you doing, man? I'm curious just what your thoughts about the position battle at left tackle, and is that a good thing? And what's your general thoughts about Will Richardson and seeing him play so many different positions and his growth as a player? But that battle between Cam Robinson, I mean, what do you think that strengthened your unit overall?
I think, having competition everywhere on the line helps out. It brings the best out of everyone. I mean, you saw it last year with Will and AJ. AJ's turned into a hell of a player. And I think those two guys, I mean, whatever happens, they're both incredible talents. And, Will has able to play a lot of different positions, and he's moved around a lot. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But I know competition brings the best out of everyone.
Awesome. Great. Thanks so much, Brandon. We really appreciate
Thank
your
you.
time.